Abe Kanan Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very special guest, Alberto Del Rio!
Awesome.
That wasn't bad, Abe.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Well, we're excited, Alberto. You're one of our favorite wrestlers. Monday Night Raw at the Allstate Arena this Monday. Go to Ticketmaster.com/WWE if you want to go. Alberto, we're so excited to talk to you. You know, you're one of the most charismatic wrestlers. It's crazy to me that you wrestled under a mask for so long.
Yeah, I know. I used that mask for probably 8 or 9 years.
I mean, your facial expressions tell such a story that I think about it being such a shame that you were under a mask and that was hidden. I can't imagine not having some of those facial expressions you make be part of the story that you're telling.
Yeah, I know. It's just in Mexico, we have a strong tradition for the mask. In fact, the most important match in Mexico is the one where you bet you go against another guy, mask versus mask.
Right.
So that's the reason I used it. I used that mask for so long, and you know, the tradition in the family. My father, my uncle, they wear mask men, and that's the reason I was using it as well.
Is it weird because I mean, when you're wrestling under a mask for 7 years, you probably don't get recognized often when you're in public, and then going to a situation where you're unmasked, and now people know who you are.
Yeah, that was that's the only thing I missed about the mask. Because when I had it, I had the opportunity to go everywhere and, you know, just chill and relax.
Yeah.
And now that's not the case anymore.
We're talking to Alberto Del Rio, Monday Night Raw, coming to Chicago this Monday. Ticketmaster.com/WWE. Hey, Alberto, how are things in Mexico? Because everything I see, it's like the cartel's running everything, and they say is it really as dangerous as they tell us it is here, or is it kind of not really that dangerous?
Well, it is dangerous, but not that dangerous. The problem is, you know, media. They always make everything bigger. So it is dangerous, but it's not like you cannot go there anymore. Unfortunately, the situation is bad with the government, with the cartels and everything. But, you know, Mexico is a beautiful country, and I hope someday they change and they do things right.
Do you ever go back?
Only when we're touring down there. When WWE goes there for a tour is when I go. I don't have a reason to go there anymore because my family is here in the United States. My mom, my dad, my siblings. My entire family is here.
Where do you live?
So, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh, nice. I lived in Miami. Did you ever go to Prime 112 in South Beach, Alberto?
No, not yet.
God,
now that you mention it, I'm going to go.
Yeah, Alberto, I'm telling you, it's my favorite restaurant in the whole country. They have like... you got to get the steak for 2 people, but you have to eat it by yourself. And then they have these shrimp, the greatest shrimp I've ever had in my life, Alberto.
Yeah, I heard about the restaurant before from some of the boys, some of the guys in the company.
Yeah.
And now that you mention it, I'm definitely going to go.
Did the hurricane do anything to your house?
Not my area, because I'm like probably 45 minutes away from Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So no, here it was fine. We had heavy rain, but that's all we had. It was not too bad for us.
Alberto, let's get into this, like, you know, how Mexico, it seems like it's the only country left where they really care about boxing. And when you were a kid growing up, did your parents try to get you into... Because you were actually... You fought... A lot of people don't know this. You fought Mirko Cro Cop in an MMA fight. When you were a kid, did your parents try to get you into boxing at an early age before you got into MMA?
Well, not until I was like 13, 14 years old, because I started with wrestling, amateur wrestling. Actually, I started with that when I was like 8 years old, and I was part of the national team since I was little.
Is it true? Is it true that you made the Mexican Olympic wrestling team, but they couldn't send a team because of financials?
Yeah. That year, they didn't send anybody to represent Mexican wrestling to the Olympics, and that's the reason I quit and decided to become a professional.
It seems like you're a really decorated athlete. It seems like you don't get the respect. You never hear anything about Alberto Del Rio's. You have a really decorated past as far as wrestling, some jiu-jitsu stuff, MMA stuff, and no one really talks about it. Why is that?
Well, yeah, I think it's because when I started in WWE, we built this character about this guy from Mexico with millions and trillions of dollars. And at the beginning, it was just not right to combine my real story with my character story. But I mean, now everybody knows that WWE is entertainment, and I think we're in the moment where we can tell everybody all the things I did in the past, all the things I have done in amateur wrestling or MMA. But at the same time, I'm happy with all the things WWE has done for me, and I'm just happy with it.
You just mentioned when you showed up and the Mexican aristocrat character, those vignettes, your pre-debut vignettes, were some of my favorite. They reminded me of those old school things with Mr. Perfect. Did you have any input on how those came off?
Well, to be honest, no, because when I came to this country, to this company, they said, okay, Alberto, basically this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this with you. We have this plan, this character, and you just need to say yes.
Right. Alberto, is it weird when you're leaving a hotel in a 99 Cavalier or something like that, and then people expect you to be driving a $300,000 car?
Well, I have a really nice car on my own, so
no. But I'm talking about when you're on the road with the WWE and you're driving one of the rented cars, and then they see you rolling out in some red 2-door sedan, and they're expecting you to come out in
a Bentley.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Especially when I leave the arena after the TV show, because the people just saw me driving a Bentley or a Mercedes or a Rolls Royce, and then 2 hours after they see me driving a Honda 2010. Yeah, it is weird. They should give me one of those cars for good.
Right? They should. Why not? That would help. Bring it on tour. You guys tour with it's 500 trucks. You might as well bring one nice car in one of those trucks.
Yeah, they need to let me have one of those for me.
That's right.
I mean, I'm not demanding anything. It's just to live the character.
I think it's funny when you pull out in those. If you look close, you can see the seat cover, so he doesn't get his oil all over the seats.
Yeah. They started doing that 2 months ago, and I was like, okay.
That's awesome.
Alberto, who are the back in the day, Ric Flair was known as the big partier type guy. Who are the guys now that are fun to hang out with on the road?
Well, my best friend in the company is Drew McIntyre. We're really alike, and we like the same things. We do things all the time after the shows or when we're touring. But I cannot tell you everything because I will get in trouble.
Who did you just say?
Drew McIntyre.
Oh, Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Gotcha.
Because Alberto, we're trying to get Ric Flair. I know you guys can't talk about this, but I heard Ric Flair's coming back to the WWE. You probably don't even know about this, but there's a rumor that he's coming back to WWE, and we're trying to we had him on our show last week, and we're actually trying to get him into the Hangover Part 3. Have you seen the Hangover movies?
Yeah, I love those movies.
Yeah, there's actually a big petition online right now that actually we started on this show to get Ric Flair in The Hangover. So, are there any movies that you want to get in so I could start that campaign also?
Bro, I would love to join Ric Flair in Hangover 3.
Well, there you go. Todd Phillips, if you're listening, okay, so honestly, far we want Ric
Del Rio just made it easy for us.
Yeah.
We just have to combine the petitions now.
Listen to this, Alberto.
Listen, that sounds like the perfect movie for me.
Alberto, listen to this idea I had for Ric Flair, okay? Okay, so Zach Galifianakis, the main character, the little fat guy in the movie. Could you imagine him waking up wearing Ric Flair's robe and tights, and then you pan out and you see Ric Flair laying naked next to him on his stomach. Wouldn't that be the funniest opening scene in The Hangover 3?
It will be quite a scene, brother.
Yeah, and Ric Flair's 100% behind it, Alberto. So if you want to get the WWE on board, we could probably make this happen. And then also we could add you on to the movie too.
That will be fantastic. That will be like a dream come true.
All right. Well, I'm gonna work on that too, Alberto. I'm gonna try to get you in the movie also. So we'll figure out a good role for you. Like you could just be a rich guy driving, and then maybe you smash into them when they're driving down the strip or something. We'll think it's something.
We'll work
Alberto.
it out.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
Alberto,
Okay.
do you remember your first meeting with Vince McMahon?
Yes.
Where was it and what was it like?
It was in Stanford 3 years ago, and it was fantastic because in Mexico we don't have anything like WWE, like the corporate building. It's fantastic. They have 300, 400 people working there, and I was just astounded about everything. They had a limo picking me up at the airport, driving me straight to the headquarters. Then I saw the way the company works, and then when I finally met Vince McMahon, you know Vince, he's a powerful man, and you know what he represents. So it was really, really incredible for me.
Alberto, does he really do like? I remember watching a documentary, and he was actually talking to Darren Drozdoff, and he's like, "Your name's gonna be Puke," and then he pulled out a garbage can. He's like, "He's gonna puke." Like was he like coming up to? He's like, "Alberto Del Rio." Like was he doing all that? Like was he really trying to? Was he that intense?
Yeah, was he getting into your character, trying to tell you what he envisioned?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was not like that, but kind of. He said he told me what he wanted to do with me and what he wanted from me, and he explained me everything about the character, and of course he showed me the way he wanted me to act or to react, and that helped me a lot.
Was it? Because I read something where like initially during your first meeting you weren't interested in signing with them, and then a few months later you ended up doing that. Why did you have reservations at first?
Well, the thing was that I always had a good position in Mexico, a good position in Japan.
Right.
I was one of the main guys in both countries, and I was just trying to get a good deal. I have family, and I need to take care of them.
Right.
And I know it's WWE, and everybody wants to be here, but at the same time, you have to secure your future.
Yep.
That's the reason why at the beginning I said, "Hey, let me think about it." But everything turned well, and now I'm at the company. I'm one of the main guys, and this company's treating me amazing.
Yeah.
Alberto, did you catch any of the Republican national debate yesterday?
Convention.
Or convention,
No.
whatever.
Convention. No, not really, because I just came back yesterday, and I had to remove all the shutters from my windows, and that took me like 4 or 5 hours. So no, man, I missed it.
Isn't that funny?
I would love to be in your neighborhood, drive by and be like, "Hey, is that Alberto Del Rio taking his shutters off?"
Where's Ricardo? Why Ricardo is this?
Yes, exactly.
Well, Alberto, if you didn't miss anything because it was just a bunch of bullshit. So it was horrible.
Okay.
You mentioned Ricardo. I'm not taking anything away from you in ring, but just strictly from a character standpoint, how much has he assisted getting you over? He's a great heel.
Well, he's just like he's part of the character, but I'm the one doing everything in the ring. Taking the bombs and taking the bombs in and outside the ring, because when something goes wrong, I'm the one who needs to face Vince McMahon and explaining what happened.
Right.
So no, he's just part of the character, and I think he's a great kid, and he does what he does.
It looks like they're breaking you guys up. It looks like they're breaking you guys up, though. Is that something that you want to push for, just so you could, or is he trying to do his own thing?
No, I mean, we're fine right now. We're fine together right now, but eventually that's going to happen because my character cannot have Ricardo forever.
Right.
You know? And at the same time, I'm pretty sure Ricardo wants to do something different because a lot of people don't know this, but Ricardo is an excellent wrestler, and I'm pretty sure once they decide to do something different with him, he will be just fine.
Yeah.
We're talking Alberto Del Rio. Go to Ticketmaster.com/WWE Monday Night Raw this Monday in Chicago. Alberto, do you like Chicago at all?
Yeah, I love Chicago. I love the city. I love the people. There's a big Latin Mexican community in Chicago, so no, I love it.
Will you have time to hang out here when you're here, or will you just be right back on another bus and out of town?
Well, unfortunately, I never had time to do anything after the show in Chicago, but I heard it's an incredible city to go out.
Yeah, we if you're ever around, Alberto, we'll take you out on and we'll do our own hangover night with you.
Well, brother, with you, I'm going to stay this Monday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Screw
For
SmackDown.
that, I drive next day in the morning.
Cody Rhodes, a few years ago at a house show, came out in Chicago. This was obviously he got a lot of heat for this, but he came out and said, "I hate Mexicans," and obviously at the Allstate Arena during a WWE show, that's a good percentage of the crowd. So.
Yeah, I remember that. But I know Cody. Cody and I were really good friends, and I gave him so much crap because he did that for like 3 months, every day, every single day.
But Alberto,
I know he's just kidding.
Yeah. Haven't we gotten a little bit too PC? Because, I mean, even you chuckled at that. And it just, obviously, Cody Rhodes doesn't hate Mexicans. It's just part of his character. And can't we just get back to a point like Alberto, like if you're ripping on rednecks or whatever you're ripping on, it's obviously not the way the real man feels, but the character. This is, we need to get past the whole thing, like, you know, like even the thing with Chris Jericho in Brazil, I get that he got suspended for that, but it just seems to me like we're getting a little too PC, and we're kind of taking away from a lot, especially the heel characters. It seems like we're taking away from them by not letting them say stuff like that.
Exactly. I feel the same way, man. I mean, they need to give us a little bit of more slack, because, you know, sometimes we have to double think what we're going to say. And, you know, when you're a heel, when you're a character like Cody Rhodes or like myself, they just need to let us do whatever we want. You know, at the end, this is just entertainment. Everybody knows that this is entertainment. Everybody knows that Cody Rhodes doesn't hate Mexicans, or that when I say something bad about Americans, or when I call somebody gringo stupido, I don't really mean that. It's me playing my character.
Yeah.
You know, I love this place. I love this country. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave this country. I love it. I want to stay here. I want to raise my kids in this country. But, you know, when I'm up there being Alberto Del Rio, I have to hate everybody.
Yep. And you have to make them hate you.
I have to hate. When I'm Alberto Del Rio, I have to hate my own mother.
That's right.
Alberto, if I put money on your match with Sheamus, are you going to win the title this time? Because you can actually bet on wrestling now with some bookies.
No way, really?
Yeah,
Abe's got a gambling problem.
So Alberto, tell me right now.
It's not a good thing for me to know.
Are you a big gambler, Alberto?
You know, sometimes.
Nice. Alberto, what do you like? What do you play? Blackjack, poker? What do you do?
Blackjack and poker.
Me too.
Wow.
Alberto, do you know how to count cards when you play blackjack?
All right, that's
hang on. Wait, that's what I do.
Man, hey, you can say that.
No.
Yeah, you could.
No.
Can I help you?
It's not illegal.
Counting cards? You can't count cards.
Of course you can count cards.
You can. I mean, you can, but you can't. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, you don't want Alberto Del Rio on the record of saying it, but basically, counting cards is like just being smart. You're just counting the cards that are coming out. It's not like I'm cheating.
Oh, I heard casinos will kick you out if they find out.
Yeah, they'll kick you out if you're making millions, not me making like $10.
Oh. Yeah, I'm making $60.
Well, Alberto, here's the plan then. Next time you have a day off, you're coming to Chicago. We're going to call up the Nature Boy. We're going to party all night. Then we're going to get into a poker tournament and then play blackjack. And then we'll send you off to Milwaukee or wherever you're going next.
Oh, brother, that sounds fantastic. But the only problem is maybe after that, I will get fired.
Well, we've taken enough of your time. It's Ticketmaster.com/WWE. Alberto, do you have a Twitter or anything like that you want to promote? Or I notice your Twitter, you don't really go on it. I don't even know if that's your official Twitter.
Yeah, no. I don't have a Twitter or Facebook or Couch or any of those social media things. But I will get one maybe in the next following years. I don't know.
Yeah, in 5 years, Alberto will be on Twitter when we've moved on to the next thing. So
Yeah.
But
maybe I will think about it.
Alberto, it was real fun talking to you, man, and good luck on Monday. And we hope that you would. Tell me right now, Alberto, should I put money on you? Because I could make a lot of money if you're going to win the title. But I don't, I know the way these wrestling storylines work. You might get screwed again.
Well, in wrestling, you never know what's going to happen. So I'm sorry, my friend, I cannot tell you. It's going to be.
Yeah, you're trying to save me money, basically, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm going to win. That's for sure. I'm Alberto Del Rio. I always win.
It's your destiny.
It's
my destiny.
Alberto Del Rio! Fun talking to you, man.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
See you Monday.
Later, Alberto.
Bye-bye.
Abe Kanan.
I do not know how or under what circumstances the four of you found each other.
The Abe Kanan Show on Howard 101.